Welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show, episode 55. Real guns have curves, you know. I am your host, the Crover. And with us tonight, we have an assortment of your favorite internet Reddit personalities that, for some reason, keep coming on the show. I don't know why. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Yeah, that's the Hunting Gear Guy, Elixir1302, and Crazy9. Folks, for tonight, we're going to dedicate this show to a great Canadian performer. She has appeared in over 200 films, and to be honest, I'm a big fan of her work. That's right, folks. August Ames has passed away. If you know who that is, shame on you. If you know who that is, because you know who that is, nice. Now,
her passing leaves a big hole in your heart.
Yes.
A big gap.
Two big gaps. Two big gaps. Yes. That's how we're gonna start the show, guys. Deal with it. Hey guys, what have you been up to?
This is supposed to be a Christian show.
Shut up, Crazy. What have you been up to?
What have I been? I've been up to absolutely fucking nothing, actually. I have done like nothing gun related since the last show. I haven't even cleaned my gun since the last time I went to the range. I don't know why it's still centered on me. I have nothing.
Because I was eating my goddamn salad.
Okay.
Quit eating your salad.
Electra, what have you been up to?
Well, I bought a Versamax Sportsman, and I also inherited a Kui 750. And then the one time I go to the range in the past however long, I pissed off a dude because he had a really shitty attitude. So, yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, took a buddy of mine out to the range because apparently there's no hunting on Sundays where I am. So, said fuck it. Took out my 308, my 858, and my 44. And as I'm setting up, dude shows up, whatever, has his target set up and everything, just has his hunting rifle to sight it in. And so I figure, you know, he just wants to get it over with quick. I'll just let him go ahead, do his few groups, whatever, and then I'll set up after. But he decides to be to have a really shitty attitude and ask me if I'm gonna fucking set up my targets and shit like that. So I have the really obnoxious Spectre brake on my 858, so I told my buddy to do a bunch of mag dumps until he left, which was about 15 minutes later.
That's exactly what you want to do. So Let me get this straight. He shows up after you were there.
Well, he showed up like within a couple minutes after me. So
okay. And so did you have targets out already?
No. I was still setting up everything because I had my bench rest gun.
Right. So what was his hang up? I don't get it.
I don't know.
So he wanted you to go put targets up? He just wanted you to?
Yeah. I was sitting there talking to my friend because I was assuming that he was going to shoot real quick. Like, we already had our earplugs and everything in. So, yeah.
Well, that's what mag dumps and brakes are for, driving assholes away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had that fun entertainment time. Hey, Adriel, what have you been up to?
A few things. Black Friday came around. I went over to Mill Arm to, I don't know, see what kind of parts they had. I picked up some grips for 1911s, and then I started looking at their guns. Have you guys seen like a sale at Mill Arm? They do a proper sale. They'll have a couple of guns on sale for pretty crazy prices. Guns. Let's see. I got a Remington 700 ADL. This is their blind mag cheap 700 that they sell. And I was thinking about it. So the price on this thing was $350 bucks, something like that. 350, 340, something like that. Say again?
For actual like model 700?
Yes, model 700.
Oh.
Yes, it's kind of weird, right? Because Remington's got their 783, their 770, and their 700. I think they may have discontinued their 770 because
Oh, they did. They hated that piece of shit. Even they hated that piece of shit.
yeah, the people on my YouTube channel seem to disagree and think it's a fantastic rifle, and I'm
Oh yeah, isn't that the one article that you've gotten a shitload of flack for?
oh man, yeah, that YouTube video is well hated by the internet because I shit on the Remington 770. Anyways, this is the 700, almost as cheap as you can get, like the 770 when they first came out. I like some of the stuff on it, but this is definitely like a budget 700. The stock is kind of cheap, and some of the finishing is kind of cheap as well. But it is a 700 action, so
I mean, it looks like an SPS. Does it even have a magazine in there, or is it single shot?
no, it's blind. It's a blind magazine. So this one's in 223, so it's just got a blind mag on it. So no hinged and no detachable on it, just blind. You just got to rack them out.
Hey Adriel, is the trigger guard intact?
The trigger guard, for now.
Didn't you when you got it? I thought you said in IRC that you cracked
I
the trigger
cracked
guard.
it. Yeah. There's a crack like right down there because it tightens onto plastic because reasons. The action screw tightens onto fucking plastic, and I cracked it. Whatever. Yeah, but other than that, like, I can't believe that Remington's selling their 700 at this price. They must be getting desperate.
Well, they're probably gonna go bankrupt soon. So
Yeah. And then I also picked up one of these little guys.
Ooh.
This is
Ooh.
the Marlin Papoose. This is this is a really neat gun. So in terms of like takedown 22s, there's the AR7, the Henry. There's the Ruger 1022 takedown, and I don't know. Am I missing any other ones?
I think there's a Browning one, isn't there?
Yeah, the Browning
Yeah.
SA22, but that thing costs like fucking twice as much as all the other ones.
Well,
Yeah.
my Caltech folds in half, if that counts.
There you go. Yeah. And this just does a little like barrel nut guy on there, and you torque that down. And now this will shoot loose. There's a wrench that it comes with if you really want to like crank it on there, but super lightweight little 22 that you can backpack pretty much. So
That always looks so awkward when I see it in the store because I'd always be like, it's missing the fore end. You just grab the sling swivel, which would get really uncomfortable with an actual sling on it.
yeah, it's not really meant for like long shooting sessions kind of thing, right? This is like backpacking. If you see a grouse, pop it in the face kind of thing, which I think it's pretty trick for that. It's so lightweight. Oh man, it's so lightweight, and
That thing takes
handy.
the 25 round mags, doesn't it?
Yeah, Marlin's got some 25 rounders, but it comes with like this little 7 rounder. It'll take the 10 rounders as well that they have.
How does the what does the 20 rounder look like, or the 25 rounder?
The 25, they're plastic and they're banana magged out.
Oh,
Krover just-
Yeah,
He just accidentally.
accidentally. So I mean, it'll take those. That's not really what this is for. This is not for like pounding out 25 rounds at a time. This is for
Not with that attitude. it's not.
backpacking and.
welcome back.
I guess you could.
I love hitting the wrong button.
Yeah. So and I got, what was that one? It was ridiculously cheap. Like same kind of deal on it, like $100 cheaper than I've seen it anywhere.
Sorry, I
So
know retail is around here on them is usually like $350.
oh, what did I pay on that one? I know I wrote it down somewhere. I want to say like no, I don't have it anywhere. 280, 260,
That's
something like that.
still real cheap for that. Holy shit.
They're excellent. That's why I was like, oh man, why did I do this? Now I'm gonna have to buy these things. I finished off my review of the Mossberg Patriot, and then I promptly found someone on the Reddit was looking for a hunting rifle and wanted to train their M14, so I traded for that. Everyone's seen it on one of the Norenko M14s, so
I know.
there's all that.
No, hold up, Adriel. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that M14.
You want to see some of the? All right. Yeah. Well, it's a barrel. What do you call it? Barrel indexing issues, which means that the barrel is torqued on just a little bit too tight. You'll recognize this on some of these by the front sight being all the way to one end. Can you see that?
Not really.
Yeah. Let's go like that.
Oh.
Now, sometimes that's the ramp on this thing is all goofy, and sometimes it's because the barrel is torqued on a little bit too much, so they have to run the front sight all the way to one side. You can confirm this by like taking it apart and looking at the gas system and comparing the time on that as well. The fix for that is to pull the barrel off, and then there's a metal piece on there that you can turn back that will allow you to torque it on and not be so over tightened. So I might have that done, or I might not. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do anything else to this thing or not. I saw Type 81, a folder and a non-folder at the range the last time I went out, and those were interesting. Have you guys had a chance to put your hands on one of those?
When
Nope.
TI had it at the Sportsman show, their demo model, I had a chance to look at it. The one they had there, honestly, it seemed pretty solidly built. I've heard these new ones, though, had some occasional bending problems.
Yeah, so like these ones didn't, but on CGN, there's definitely some where if you look down the sights of it, they're kind of bent in the middle.
Yeah,
Like,
there's been a couple of those. There's been a couple of those. There was one also in the subreddit. A user, I can't remember. I'll have to pull the post, but yeah, there's definitely been a couple of reports of the rifle being a little bit crooked, just a wee bit, but enough that you can go, oh sweet Jesus, what the fuck?
Did someone run this over with a truck?
Not only, it looks like somebody ran it over with a truck. Not only is the barrel sometimes not in line, as in literally like here's the rear sight, here's the front post, and it should be lining up, but instead you can see this: the barrel is like pointing off to the side. And
I don't think it's I haven't seen anywhere it's the barrel that's bent. It's usually from the rear sight back. So from the rear sight to the back of the receiver, that's where that tweak is in there.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be in there.
No, and then the stock, the rear trunnion, does it attach to the receiver via trunnion?
I don't know. When I've seen the stock attached, it seemed to have like two things basically bolting into the side of the receiver there and jammed in. And they basically said it's not that easy to swap stocks on it. So if you got a fixed stock version, it's not really easy to swap to a folder, and if you got a folder, it's not really easy to swap to a fixed.
Yeah, what I did see is the stock itself, if it was, vertical, it's actually off to the side. Like it's got a cant on it, almost like if it's meant to be only shot by a lefty or a righty.
Oh, you pay extra for that for some rifle stocks.
You do. This one comes for free.
The real ones, the butt pad will be moved in a little bit just to hit your shoulder even.
Just
not very ambidextrous. Anyways, these ones that I saw at the range, when I was out at the range with another Redditor, were pretty good. Pretty good. Nice, solidly made. Didn't seem to have any reliability issues. The sight radius is so short. It's like pistol short. The rear sight is like way up on at the front, and then the front sight, because they've got that grenade launcher barrel on it. The front sight is way back, so you end up having this really short sight radius. Which, I mean, pro, it's very quick to acquire and shoot. You pull it up and the sights are right there. Con, that's going to make it a little bit harder to shoot accurately. It's going to be working against you. Now the sight, the rear notch was nice and deep. It was a nice deep groove compared to like an SKS or something like that. So the sight itself was nicer, but again, that sight radius is really short on it.
It also has that lovely little fucking roof on top of the rear sight for some weird reason.
That was a bit weird. Like I took a sight picture down one of them, and that was a bit weird. But it wasn't that bad. It was more the radius that threw me off. It's like it's really short.
We'll just have to ask Gelardos about his sub MOA Type 81.
It only takes one shot, baby. One shot.
Yeah.
Only one shot.
Let's see. Had a bunch of events to 3guns.ca. Went to Vegas, shot some full autos. P90, SD. No, wait. Let me think about this. MP5. And the Uzi was. I like the Uzi the most, even though it jammed on me. And I bought a shitload of ammo. I was at Wholesale Sports the other day. They had shotgun shells for some of them for $620 a box, some of them for $670 a box. So I got like 1,000 rounds, just in looking at 3-gun season. And then Tenda had some, what is it, Federal Independence or something like that? It's some stuff that they get made in Israel.
Yep.
And it was
$410
without tax. Yeah, without tax and without shipping, it was like $410 per 1,000. And then there's also a $50 US rebate that you can get from Federal. So
that one bummed me out because
ammo.
I just bought the American Eagle 1,000 pack of loose for $450 or $460, and then like a week later they put that on for $410, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's some cheap ammo. So I got 2,000 rounds of that. Like, it doesn't go bad, and for 3-gun, I might as well just stock up on it so that I've got it, and I'm gonna shoot with it. I'm gonna see how accurate it is, and if it's pretty accurate, I'll sell my PMC, which at this point I've still got like 800 rounds of it, but I'd rather just run one kind of ammo and keep it simple.
Nice.
I think that is everything. Yeah, set it in my AR. Shout out to 500 meters with that 223, which is interesting.
How much was the drop? I think you told me how much the drop was.
Oh man, so I had that Citron on it, and at 24 times zoom, it was like right at the bottom of the scope, sighted in for 100. So you could shoot, and you could see the snow splash up near the bottom of the scope. So I had to like jack it up, and then make some hits.
You didn't have to use any of that good old Kentucky windage?
Well, this thing's got some marks on the scope itself. So yes, I did use some Kentucky windage. I didn't dial it in. But that works just as good.
That's nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Hey, Crover, what did you do this week?
I got rid of the M4. It's gone. Yay! It's gone. This is the only part that's left, along with this.
Unsellable.
No. Oh, I mean, somebody could probably buy this for $100. That's how much I paid for it. It's also full of the lower parts kit. So this is where I'm keeping my lower parts kit on the stock.
I was going to ask if you had Skittles.
Yeah, that's where I have all my lower parts kit. The guy that I sold it to in CGN, he wanted it stripped. I mean, the only thing that was left was a lower, because I was selling it as a complete lower with all the original parts in it. And the guy was like, nah, man, I want it stripped. So I had fun stripping a lower. I've never assembled a lower, but I can say that I've pulled one apart. The only parts that gave me grief was the trigger guard roll pin. That one was a son of a bitch. And the front takedown pin. Because that one, I don't know if you guys have put an AR together. That one has a hole on the front of the pin that you can push in to push the D10 plunger back so that you can remove the takedown pin from the lower. So upon removal of said takedown pin, the plunger and spring went flying across the room. So I spent like a good 5 minutes looking for that, but I did find it. So I have a complete lower parts kit, a Colt US lower parts kit with a nice mil-spec trigger that's nice, heavy, but reliable and crisp. I have a stock and a buffer tube. I have a grip. I have the optics mount and backup iron sights. So upon reception and complete payment of my SLR upper and lower, all I will need is a bulk carrier group because I still have a charging handle. I have my Raptor Ambi charging handle. I have couple of other ambi parts, the mag release and the safety. And I will need a barrel and a handguard. And I'll be ready to blink in 223 non-restricted. Yay!
Woohoo.
That should be pretty fun. I had considered not selling the lower and just keeping the SLR non-restricted, obviously. And since the AR was going to be restricted no matter what, I was going to have like a short little son of a bitch range blaster kind of thing built on the Colt US M4 lower. But then it sold, so yay, that's gone. What
Kroger,
else?
did we talk about the SLR in the show yet? Like,
Yeah,
have we talked-
last show was all about the SLR.
Okay.
Yeah. That was fun. What else? Oh yeah. Does everybody remember the 44 Magnum?
Yeah, the one
That
that
hasn't
can't
sold.
sell because there's pitting in the chamber.
Not the fucking chamber, on the outside of the cylinder.
Whatever.
Outside of the cylinder. It seems that is like, I don't know, fucking
FUD lore.
like FUD lore repellent. Like nobody wants to touch it. It seems that they think the thing's gonna blow up. I fucking put my own fucking hand loads through it, and that shit doesn't go up. So it clearly hasn't and will not go up. It's superficial, but out of, I don't know, curiosity, I emailed the Canadian warranty repair house in Canada for Smith & Wesson, which happens to be about 20 minutes from where I live, in Saanich on Vancouver Island, which was really nice. So I gave them a call first, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just send us an email. We'll send you a quote." And I sent them an email saying, first of all, can I bring it in so that you can take a look at it and tell me this is going to blow up, this is not going to blow up? And second, if you think this needs replacing, how much would it be? They seem to have glossed over completely the fact that I asked them if I could come in and have them take a look at it. And instead, they just gave me a quote about how much would it cost to order in a 44 Magnum cylinder for a Smith & Wesson Model 29-2, fit it to the gun, and time it, because apparently that needs to happen, even though the gun works as it is. I don't know how that would change from one cylinder to the other, but I'm not a revolver expert. And then, since obviously the revolver cylinder would come in with a different finish than the nickel plating that the gun would have already, they have to completely re-nickel the entire gun. I don't know why. And let's get started, everybody. Let's take a couple of guesses about how much all of that would be.
Can I guess since I already know?
No, you cannot.
Oh.
What do you think, Adriel?
$800?
Too high. Crazy.
$650.
Too high. Eric?
500.
Yay! It's about $500. So I am faced with the predicament of, do I spend $500 to sell the gun for $1,200, or do I just sell it for $700? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm tempted to just post it for $700 with all the shit attached to it and see if anybody bites.
I'll
What's
give you a
it
couple
worth?
packs of darts for it.
How about
Yeah,
you?
what's it worth, like new without pitting on the cylinder?
I don't know, a 8 3/4 inch barrel, 44 Magnum, Smith & Wesson, Model 29-2, nickel plated with the original grips. And it comes with the presentation box, but the presentation box is kind of chewed up on the inside. The box itself is solid, but the liner is gone, and there's only like the foam cutout. Fuck, man. I paid $1,200 for it because the gun works, and it's unique, and it's got a great big fucking long barrel on it. So
When you bought it, did the guy like send pictures that showed the pitting on the cylinder?
yeah, the pitting is not bad, but everybody seems to think that the thing's gonna fucking grenade on you.
Yeah,
See,
I don't think it's
you have to
bad
take
for
more risk.
grenading. I think it just like reduces the value of it because people want like a shiny bling piece.
It's still shiny and it's still blingy.
Yeah.
Take some low res photos, then you're good to go.
Yeah, the cylinder is kind of dirty. I don't know. I tried cleaning it; it wouldn't come off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way. That's the way. Now, what else? What? Oh yeah, I guess you guys get to see my trimming setup because I finally, after about 6 months of having all the parts, put everything together, and I am ready to trim 308 so that I can reload 308. In the meantime, while I get set up, you guys chit chat really quickly about 1022 magazines. It's finally here. Somebody got charged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sean Bevins, formerly from the NFA, 25 round magazine, in addition to some other charges. So
Yeah.
it goes through, and if they don't drop the charge, because then we finally get to litigate it and say that it's, I don't know, bullshit.
There's a lot of problems with this whole thing with Sean Bevins, though. The issue I've heard, he's claiming, from what I've seen, that he's charged with unsafe transport, supposedly for just transporting a non-restricted firearm, and then possession prohibited for the 1022 mags. Now, realistically, if the Crown has any sense in their head, unless he was transporting the guns loaded, they're going to drop the unsafe transport charge, because you basically can't unsafely transport a non-restricted. It's like next to impossible. You stick it in a case and you're good, unless you're leaving it on an ATV. So realistically, if the Crown drops that charge, they're going to drop the 1022 charge as well, because they don't want to litigate this unless they know they can slap him with something else. The other problem with him, though, is because of who he is, everyone is avoiding him like he's got the plague. Because he's the guy who got the NFA in this big, massive, self-destructive lawsuit that ruined their reputation a couple years ago. So that's the problem with him, is he's been a very polarizing figure here, so no one wants to touch him. None of the big high-profile firearms lawyers want to touch him. None of the gun rights organizations want to touch him. So,
well, I think, like from what I saw, it sounds like he's just going to take this on himself, right? He's just going to take it with his lawyer. The thing
I saw is he's tried to get assistance, and no one wants to give it to him because it's him. That's the implication I got from I'm assuming everyone has seen that Facebook message, and that's what we're all going off of here. That's what I got out of that message, is he's tried contacting the organizations and the high-profile lawyers, and none of them want anything to do with him.
No, I didn't see any of that stuff. I just saw the original post where he says he's getting charged with it.
Yeah, because in that post he mentions that none of the orgs want to touch him.
Does anybody actually know what the other charges are? Because according to one of the comments on Reddit, and then again, this is a comment on Reddit, there was other charges attached, or he had put the other charges that he was charged with on that Facebook post, but then he deleted them.
Section 8613A, transporting a firearm in a careless manner.
No. I know. That's what the Facebook post says. But on the Facebook post, it used to have the other charges that he's referring to.
Yeah.
That's the one we're talking about. 8613A is the transportation charge, and then 9123A is the prohibited magazine.
No, crazy. We know this. That's what the Facebook post is. But there was an earlier, unedited version of that post that had other charges attached to it.
Ooh. I didn't know that there was even more other charges.
I mean, this is all from a Reddit comment, but, there was something else. There was something else. That's kind of what we're getting at. There was something else.
Allegedly.
He pulled it off. He pulled it off for whatever reason. He got rid of it for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think regardless what the other charges are, I mean, this thing's got to get in there, so hopefully it does go to court, because it'd be interesting to hear the RCMP try to describe how the 25 round Butler Creek mags are designed for the pistol when they were released well before it.
What's the actual number? Isn't it 12, 25 years, something stupid like that?
It was a lot of time. I used to remember what it was, 25, 30 years. It's a long time.
Yeah,
for which
the original
charge?
patent of the Butler Creek.
How long the 1022 mag predates the Charger?
I see. Yeah. Yes, a long time.
Like the patent for a 25 round magazine is ancient in comparison to the Charger patent.
So dudes are saying in YouTube and IRC that non-Quebec lawyers can't represent people that are in Quebec because they have their own bar system.
Well, that was just actually Varsel commenting on that thread, saying that he actually can't represent him. But there is no other explanation as to why nobody else is touching him. If this goes through, good. If he goes to jail, sucks to be you, man. Thanks for taking the hit.
Yeah. Hey, it's just speaking of magazines. What do you guys like? Where are Beowulf now? Are they still like no go? Because I saw something on a recent Reddit post that said that they took that back and now you can have Beowulf mags.
No, that's just fucking internet echo chamber bullshit. If I remember correctly, the timeline is before Beowulf mags were included on that bulletin. What is it, 63? Whatever. What is it? Crazy.
Which one? The one
that talks about. No.
Mag
The original, you can use a magazine with whatever.
It was the LAR mags that were on that, but not Beowulf mags.
Yeah.
The Beowulf mags were never actually included in that bulletin.
Yeah, and then then Beos fell on somebody's fucking radar, and then the RCMP started talking with CBSA, and then CBSA stopped letting Beowulf mags that held 5 Beowulf mag rounds. I mean, filled 5 Beowulf rounds in. You could only bring in Beowulf mags if they were pinned to 2 rounds of Beowulf rounds. You can still bring those in, apparently. But then there's those LAR 15 mags from Sahal that are 30 rounders, like dimpled to 10. But whatever.
Those got through.
Yeah, those got through.
Yeah, so did the Barton's ones.
Yeah, so I don't know what the Beos are under now.
Well, the thing I'm pulling up here, the SSA and CAAA issued a statement, yada yada yada. There's no ban on them.
It's Bulletin 72.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All 650 Beowulf firearms FRT numbers remain listed as legal with a 5-round capacity. Those were the Alexander arms, MGI Stag arms, and Velotor arms. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought that there was something that maybe I missed there.
They seem to be still good.
Yeah.
They seem to be still good. I mean, unless somebody gets charged, then they're not good.
So on an unrelated thing here, not a related thing, sorry. The Canadian Gun Nuts thread, someone saying Tracy Wilson offered him the assistance of the CCFR and he denied it.
Oh.
So maybe he wasn't asking and he's just going to do it himself?
I guess that must be what it must mean then, but considering his post mentioned none of the orgs picked it up either, that seems kind of contradictory.
I don't know. A lot of internet drama.
Who wants to see my trimming set up?
All of us.
Yeah, let's look at that.
All right, here we go. So, as everybody knows, there's my press mounted to a 2x10. And now, on the 2x10 is a Lee Universal case trimmer. And attached to the Lee Universal case trimmer is this doohickey here. This lets you put a power drill on it, right? It doesn't have a handle. It's just got a hexagonal end. Bam. Now I can trim anything really quickly. And I just did. There's one nicely trimmed case. And I'm going to check if the thing still held because it was giving me a bit of a changing length of cases. There it is. Look at that, Elixir.
Attaboy.
So they're all coming out at 2.009, 2.008. It's just the difficulty of trying to measure with these calipers, but they are coming out at the right length. And the way these guys work is there are these 2 rings right here, and you set the depth mostly, and then with the bigger ring you can do fine adjustments. And there are little hash marks on this ring right here that are roughly 1/1000 of an inch. So you can kind of graduate things a little bit easier that way. I found that they are not quite that, maybe a little bit less than 1,000, but they're pretty good. And the first time I used this was today. I cranked out 5 cases using the handle shaft and promptly said, fuck that. And I took out the power drill adapter bit that I had sitting in my box for about 6 months and put it in here. And then I cranked out like 15 cases in like 5 minutes. So this thing kicks ass.
Can you show us trimming one? Mm-hmm. Can you trim one for us?
Just push it a little bit more. There we go. So we take the untrimmed case, back out the whole shebang, insert it into the back, drive it all the way in, and then we lock the case into the place and get ready for some drilling sounds. Loosen it up, back it up, measure. Let's see. Watch this one be turned all fucked up. Ooh, there you go. Look at that. Ta-da! That's the
Great
way
success.
the cookie crumbles, kids. And I have to still chamfer the mounts of the cases because they're a little bit rough when you're done with them. But other than that, this is really quickly to do. You just put it in there, lock it in place, give it a little bit of pressure, loosen it up, back it up, and measure. And if you're confident that you set things up properly, measure after each one. But I know people like Elixir would definitely be measuring every single case. Isn't that right, big boy?
No.
No?
No, I measure about every 5.
That's why you fucking suck at long range.
Do you go with a micrometer or a dial caliper?
I use a dial caliper.
Fucking pleb. Jesus. What are you doing?
And my trimmer also has a micrometer on it, so get the fuck out of here.
With you, I use a dial caliper too. It's accurate enough for case trimming.
Exactly.
Trim that greasy stash, somebody said. No, thank you. I'm growing it out until the end of the month for reasons that will remain unspecified until the end of the month.
Okay, I'm reading some very interesting things about Sean Bevins in this CGN thread. He apparently has a well-known drinking problem and multiple DUIs, and so there's speculation that the other charges, speculation that they might be related to that.
Remember, kids, don't drink and drive.
He's apparently had to have a breathalyzer installed in his truck.
Okay, that's more than a drinking problem. That's
yeah. That was according to Bad Boy Beeson on CGN.
A guy
Simon.
In YouTube comments said that his Zahal Megs got stopped at the border.
There was nebulous things about Zahal's mags being stopped at the border because there's people who posted on the sub that they got theirs, and there's other people saying that on CGN they said they got stopped at the border and that they were just not actual. They were like rebranded fucking 30 rounders that you could scrape the paint off and find. I don't fucking know. But I saw some people say, no, I got my Zahal mags. I don't know what the hell these people are talking about, so who knows? There was also those Hex mags. I know they were doing, whoever was doing that, those like 10 round, but they're the body of a 30 round.
Oh, can I show you? Can I show you guys? They're cool.
Let's see. Because that was another one that came up, and I know a bunch of people popped on that because it was like 6 mags for $100.
Oh, yeah. So Barton's brought them in for an incredibly reasonable price, and they're like, this is a really slick system for a 10-round block, 30-round mag. So that the advantage with one of these instead of the shorties is that for us guys running 3-gun or just kind of action shooting, you can't grab the 10 rounders out of a mag pouch. They get buried in it. Whereas this, you've got a nice surface to grip. So this is a lot easier to pull out of a pouch or something like that. You've got these kind of plastic buttons on the bottom here. And you just push that. And you don't really need a tool. You can do it by hand. That floor plate comes off. And then they've got this riser. And then there's your 10-round mag. Huh. So this is like you can take it apart. There's a ton of Canadian mags for the AR that have a pin in them, and you can't take the damn things apart. You get some mud in there, too bad. You got mud in your mag now. But this would be very easy to clean, and it's a very slick system. This is permanently 10 rounds. So you have to like use tools to modify it if you want to like go illegal on it, which you could, I guess, on any other mag. And super slick system. The plastic doesn't feel as good as like a PMag. And I've heard that some guys in the States dislike these over top the PMags, but those guys in the States have PMags that are full capacity, and we don't. So we deal with what we got, right? And these are interesting. I wish they say pistol carbine on here, which I guess says pistol, so 10 rounds. But I wish they'd marked them LAR-15. Just to cover all our bases. I guess, you know what? Like, you make a magazine for the LAR-15, you're making a magazine for a pistol carbine AR-15, right? You're making it for that platform. It's not exclusively a LAR-15 magazine, right? I don't know. Cool mags, though. And cheap. Did you guys see that they passed that concealed carry reciprocity bill in the States?
My biggest thing I'm wondering about that is, does that apply even to non-resident concealed carry licenses? Is it like every single concealed carry license? So like, because I know New Hampshire will issue non-resident concealed carry permits to just about anyone who's done any sort of firearm training at all. So what I'm wondering with that is, with this whole national reciprocity thing passing then, is I know New Hampshire non-residents are only accepted in about 20 states. Will the other states be forced to accept New Hampshire's non-resident permits? And will this lead to people in may-issue states being able to get a New Hampshire non-resident permit to carry in their state?
Whichever state that may be. Yeah.
It's a good thing that I'm measuring because I don't know what I just did, but that one doesn't measure.
Yeah, it's minimum spec. It's fine.
Well, if I push it, it's under.
Don't push it.
What's the accuracy you're getting on that trimming setup? Because you should be able to get it to within like 1 or 2 thou.
It is. I'm not sure what I did on this one in particular. Maybe something got stuck on something. That was weird.
Huh.
Oh, one thing that I did happen, out of the box, the trimmer wasn't working. Let me show you why. This bit is the cutting head, and there's a itty-bitty little screw. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, little set screw on the side there.
Yeah, a little set screw on the side that holds this. I can't remember the name of these things. It's basically the bit that keeps the mouth of the case from collapsing as you run it up against the cutting head. But the set screw, I don't know what it would do, but it would skip when you try to torque it all the way, and it would not properly sit and secure the little head to the cutting head. So I switched it out for the cutting head that was in the power adapter bit, and that one works just fine. So I don't know what was wrong with the original one. I have to finagle with it, see what it does differently. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if we have any other news posts. Did you guys want to go on to like top posts of the week kind of thing?
Sure, take
do
it
we
away,
want to
Adriel.
talk about that stupid poll?
Which poll? Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So apparently, what the fuck was it? Echos, I think it was, did a poll of 2,000 people, and they asked them the question. I don't know what all they asked, but they asked, one of the questions was, do you support a ban on the ownership of guns in urban areas? And obviously, as an urban gun owner, you can fuck yourself if you do. Yeah, apparently 69% of respondents said yes. Now, thankfully, shortly afterwards, they asked people on Parliament Hill, and they managed to get both Liberal and Conservative MPs to say, no, we're not touching that. So, of course, this got posted on Canada Guns, Canada Politics, and Canada, to which the responses were wildly different. On Canada Guns and Canada, people, like, lambasted this completely. They're like, this is retarded. On Canada Politics is where there was a lot more of an actual debate between some idiots who think this would be a good idea and people who realize that this kind of thing is stupid.
Yeah, I think the people who think it's a good idea probably just see that rural-urban divide and they're like, you know what, fuck them. Fuck those people in urban areas.
There's no deers in Toronto.
There was a couple of people who were like that. They're like, oh, I live in North Bay and I've got my guns, but I don't see why you need them in Toronto. Fuck you. Well, fuck you, bud. Go to hell.
Yeah, it fucks over people who are in those major urban areas, right?
I've lived in Toronto my whole fucking life. Why should I have to move because some fuck muppet doesn't like the fact that I own something that's legal? They can move if they don't like it. They can move to some other fucking country that hates these things.
Not in my backyard. Think of the chillins. Ree!
Yeah. I don't know. So I guess there's that. Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys want to do top posts?
Sure.
Take it away. I know you're gonna enjoy it. I'm just gonna keep trimming it. Adriel, top post.
You're on a roll. You gotta keep going. 1 second. Top of the past week. It's all ship posts. Yeah, it's about right. Okay. Let's go screen share on that. All right, top of the past week. Time to dig up the hockey stick. That's our first one we've got here.
I love that. I love seeing that. Skeet shooting with a fucking hockey stick.
Boom. It's just the perfect looping GIF, too.
Hey, Adriel, who posted that?
Someone with a dick button next to their name. I don't know. That's weird.
Sounds like a real asshole.
Man, he's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah. We've got MPs scoff the idea of banning all guns in urban areas. I think you just covered that crazy. Also, oh yeah, you posted that.
Yeah, I wonder how I knew so much about this. It's not like I was part of that argument on Canada Politics or anything.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. First time with a high-priced Czech girl. Racking the slide back on the tax board orange. Fuck, you're so tight.
There were so many of these porn shit posts that came up in the last week.
That totally wasn't my fault at all.
Oh, yeah. Get out of here. Windows update. Sean Evans charged with possession of a prohibited device for 25 round 1022. We just talked about that. Turns out I really like check folders. Ooh. Have you guys seen the Scorpion at like the range or anything yet?
Yeah, I saw it at a shop, but not at their actual range yet.
I saw one of those at the Calgary Shooting Edge about 3 years ago. They're hilarious.
No. What about the Evo?
Oh, the Evo. No, I haven't seen one of those.
I'm curious. I'm real curious. So in the States, 9mm carbine is getting really popular. The ammo's really cheap. The recoil's not there. There's not really much for muzzle blasts. So a lot of guys are starting to get into that for sport shooting because it's just a better for a short range kind of a thing, right? So I'm really curious about those.
I'm wondering why that guy bought a 380 Scorpion and not the 32 Scorpion. I can't imagine there really be any cost savings in ammo between the two of them. They're both very uncommon calibers in this country.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it was just what was available. There's that poll that we were talking about. 69% of Canadians support outright ban on guns in urban areas. We've got some guys trying out their reloads at 400 meters. It's a nice setup.
Where has that much snow already?
There's snow in Alberta.
Oh.
We've had snow for a while.
It's been like 8 degrees.
That's what happens when you don't live in the center universe. In the universe,
yeah, it's been like 8 degrees until today, and then it was like 3.
Yeah,
I know. My plans for the end of the month might be very snowy, which is kind of what we're counting on.
Yeah. We've got an article from Caliber here. Bulk of crime guns domestically sourced. Try 33%.
I really wish he hadn't posted the meme.
I love it.
Look, at some point you got to realize, Crazy, it is an echo chamber, and the number of people that are going to share and get to somebody else with their sharing of it.
It was posted in Canada Politics, though, and that was the biggest thing, is everyone just couldn't get past the meme to actually debate the numbers. And then half the other people are like, oh, it's Caliber magazine, and they're going to be biased. And
yeah.
Or the numbers completely.
Everything's biased.
My bias is biased.
We've got someone who got a finely constructed grenade. Yeah.
I didn't know they make grenades out of plastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're looking at one right there. Ah, CZ34. Love it. Sorry, not CZ. Glock 34. What am I talking about?
I still want Glock to make a polymer frame 1911 because it'll piss off everybody.
That's one of my favorite photoshops on the internet. It's that 1911 Glock. Oh, fuck.
I wish it was real. I'd buy one because everyone would get angry. 1911 fans would hate it because it's Glock and it's polymer, and Glock fans would hate it because it's a 1911.
See, but then the reality of it is you would still have a steel slide, and you still just have a lower that's polymer. And I'm sure there's got to be already a 1911 out there that's got a polymer lower.
Yeah, Browning's, the 1911 380 is polymer. Oh, God, they even made it worse by putting a Glock blocky slide on it in that one.
All right, we'll share that in just a minute here, Crazy. Bical IZH 46M, which is a fancy air pistol.
It looks like it.
Fancy air pistol. All right, I'll stop mine. Why don't you pull up the photo that you had there?
It's in the side chat.
Oh, here we go. All right, I think I can do it. Here, do this thing, do that thing. Bam! There we go. Looks great.
Oh, show the first one though, because that one looks more serious. The first one above that is just that.
This guy here.
It just looks so blocky.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Oh,
I want one now.
Oh yeah, that patterning on the side. Ugh.
Trigger me shimbers.
Yeah, the trigger. Oh, it's got a trigger shoe.
The trigger's got a fucking Glock trigger too.
Someone didn't pay enough attention. There's no cutout in the slide for the safety.
Oh, boo!
0
because it doesn't work.
Worst Photoshop.
Well, the safety's only cosmetic because Glocks don't need a safety, right?
Yeah, that's just a rest now for your thumb.
It's a thumb guide. It's not a safety.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else on the docket for tonight, boys?
Apparently, Crypt wants to ask about you issuing 12.5s.
Send me a PM. Other than that, folks, if you would like to plug anything right now, plug it away. Adriel, I know you're the one who plugs.
I got nothing to plug.
What about Slamfire Radio? I thoroughly enjoy listening to those on the plane rides to and from Calgary.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a way to kill some time. Listen to one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
Real
entertaining.
Slamfire Radio, Hunting Gear Guy, 3gun.ca, and I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Folks, thank you all for watching tonight. I hope you had a lovely time, and we will be back again in 2 weeks unless people are, I don't know, Christmas planning or some shit like that. Wait, what date is
2 weeks
next?
is the 20th.
Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That should be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll do a pre-Christmas episode. We'll all wear a hat. How about that?
What? You guys are going to send me hats?
No, we're not sending you hats. You get to wear your own hat.
Just bring your Trump hat out.
Yeah, bring your Trump
hat. I don't have one because I wasn't sent one.
Make Christmas great again.
We're going to throw the links in the side chat if you guys want to join us for the after show. Thank you, everybody. We will be back again in 2 weeks. Same channel, around the same time. Maybe another day. Who knows? Thank you all for watching. Say goodbye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.